Nobita lifted the star hammer and smashed it hard against the concrete. Doraemon used the star-catching net to catch the stars shaken loose. After pouring all of them into a basin, the stars gradually turned round. Next, Doraemon took out the space adhesive and spread it over the stars, which allowed them to stick the stars in mid-air. Then they drew the curtains, and a beautiful artificial starry sky took shape. Doraemon suggested using this method to create a starry sky at the vacant lot, to make up for the regret of not being able to see the comet due to the thick dark clouds that day. So Nobita rolled up his sleeves and banged away at the concrete in the yard like crazy. Soon he had knocked out a big basin full of stars. The two of them headed to the vacant lot. Doraemon checked the star chart and stood on the ground directing Nobita to place the stars in their designated positions. First was Cassiopeia, which needed to be placed on the right side, and it required using larger first magnitude stars. Seeing that Nobita was too excited to pay attention, Doraemon immediately corrected him, telling him not to mix up the sizes of the stars. The stars he had placed were only second magnitude stars. Nobita returned to the ground and said impatiently that he had no more first magnitude stars left, and told Doraemon to find them himself. But because Nobita didn't have enough strength, he hadn't managed to knock out many first magnitude stars at all. So Doraemon took out the star hammer and told Nobita to hit the pipes at the vacant lot to make first magnitude stars on the spot. Nobita swung the hammer with all his might, making the hammer blur with speed, yet he wore himself out completely without knocking out any big enough stars. Just then, Shizuka passed by the vacant lot. Nobita promptly stopped her, knowing she had super strength, and told her what they were doing. He also promised Shizuka that their starry sky would be even better than the one John had seen. Little did he know that John was standing right behind him at that moment. The three of them jumped apart instantly when they saw him. John boasted that no starry sky could be more beautiful than the one in the mountains, and at the same time threw a punch that made stars dance in Nobita's eyes. Seeing this, Doraemon grabbed the star-catching net and rushed forward at once, catching the stars produced by Nobita getting pummeled by John. In a short while, Doraemon collected enough first magnitude stars and dragged the badly beaten Nobita back to the vacant lot to keep working. With their joint efforts, the artificial starry sky at the vacant lot looked exactly like the real one. As for the extra stars, Doraemon told Nobita to scatter them randomly to make the Milky Way. Once everything was done, Nobita and Doraemon waited until nightfall, then covered Shizuka's eyes and led her to the vacant lot. Nobita took Shizuka's little hand and guided her step by step to the vacant lot before finally letting her open her eyes. The artificial starry sky unfolding before Shizuka's eyes was incredibly romantic. At that moment, the star-dusted sky was spectacular beyond words, drawing all the other friends over to watch. Nobita grinned from ear to ear at all the compliments. Suddenly he noticed Sunio hiding nearby and immediately went over to taunt him. "My starry sky is way prettier than the one you saw in Hawaii." Sunio put on a brave face and said it was nothing special, and refused Nobita's invitation to admire the stars together. He stormed off after throwing down a harsh remark. Sunio Honkawa exclaimed that Nobita and Doraemon were amazing. The starry sky was identical to the chart except for the comet. On hearing this, all the friends suddenly realized that the comet they had been looking forward to seeing all day was missing. Nobita elbowed Doraemon in his chubby cheek, telling him to think of something. Doraemon remembered that comets were like blocks of ice, so he took out a huge block of ice right away. Nobita swung the star hammer, and with one powerful blow, he instantly smashed out an ice star in the shape of a pentagram. Doraemon caught it with the star-catching net. Everyone crowded around in a hurry, not sure if they could turn it into a comet. Everyone had a serious look on their faces. Luckily, the ice star bloomed with the iconic tail of a comet. Everyone cheered with joy as Doraemon hung the comet in the air. Their artificial starry sky became indistinguishable from the real one. However, consumed by jealousy, John and Sunio grabbed two sticks, chased everyone away first, then started poking the stars hanging in the air. Takashi shouted at them for being too much, but a single roar from John shut them all up. Taking the chance to cause trouble, Sunio knocked down all the stars hanging in the air. Doraemon tried to stop them, but suddenly the falling stars turned into shooting stars. Even one almost flattened Sunio, not to mention the countless stars raining down, which pelted John and Sunio until they ran away screaming. Doraemon explained to everyone that these stars were actually energy balls formed by hitting the concrete, and getting hit by one hurt a lot. Just then, the comet began to fall, and everyone felt a deep sense of loss. But Shizuka told them all to look quickly. The real comet had emerged from behind the dark clouds. Although the artificial starry sky was great, the comet was what they had really wanted to see all day. It was truly wonderful to get to see it that night.